Welcome back to Cityline. Well, with me, as I said in our opening, I have two individuals who are here to talk about how important food and food accessibility is and their new partnership. Would you please join me in welcoming the CEO of Emergency Food Network, my friend, Michelle Douglas. Hi, Sweet Pea.
Thank you so much for having us today, Amanda. We really appreciate it and all your support.
Oh, it's great. It is great to have you on Cityline. And you brought with you Beth Johnson. Beth Johnson, you are the CEO of Coordinated Care. Welcome to Cityline.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for having me.
It's just great to have both of you here. So, Michelle, it's been a long 18 months. People may not have remembered all the great things that Emergency Food Network does for our community. Would you refresh our COVID fog brains, please?
Absolutely, Amanda. Thank you so much for having me here today. It has been a busy 18 months, is what I will tell you. So Emergency Food Network provides emergency services for the county in terms of food relief, and that really meant a very hyped up response during COVID. So currently we have 70 food pantry partners that we're helping to support. In a typical year, we distribute about 14 million pounds of food. Last year, that elevated up to 19, and we saw about 500,000 more visits to food pantries. So overall, the system has been up about 40%. And when we think about what that means, it's meant that we bought a lot of more food during our co-op food buying program, over $2 million in 2020. And we really focused on food that would be good for our unhoused neighbors. So peanut butter and proteins in a can and things like that. And we also upped our distribution from our farm. So we distribute about 100,000 pounds of fresh produce there. And on top of that, we distributed 20,000 vegetable starts. So we wanted to get people food to grow at home. When we think about food, it's really, food is home, right? So that's how we associate our memories, what is culturally significant to us, and all of that. It often has some food variable to it. So we focus on growing products that are hard to find in your local bodega or store. That really mean home. So tomatillos and peppers and Asian greens and things like that. We also continued our break bag program. So that is going out to public school kids in Pierce County that have been identified as the highest level of need. So there's 60,000 kids in Pierce County on free and reduced lunch in a normal year. And we distribute about 6,000 bags, 2,000 each for the spring and the fall and the winter break. And then the program that we're really excited about today that we just started was our home delivery. So in response to COVID, we knew vulnerable adults couldn't go out. Families with kids that were immune compromised couldn't go out. All of those folks couldn't get to the food pantry. In addition, we started working with Tacoma Pierce County Health Department. And when people were identified with COVID or put on quarantine, they immediately contracted with them so that they could get into food services. We started with 5 families in our home delivery program in May of 2020. We're up to 250 families a week now, 700 individuals. So the program has grown exponentially. And I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to the 45 volunteers that pull up their cars here every week and deliver all over the county. One guy for us, he estimated the other day, he's like, I've driven 8,000 miles for you, Michelle. And that is powerful, right? It's the power of one person helping another that makes what we do possible.
I would be remiss if I did not say thank you to Emergency Food Network. I recently lost a dear friend that I had been taking care of for several years to cancer. In the last year of her life, we had the beautiful EFN boxes delivered. And these were things that she looked forward to. And Michelle, when you said food is memory, food is memory. There were some things in that box that she had not had since she was so much younger, and they brought her a lot of joy. So thank you so much for that. Michelle, tell me about your partnership with Miss Beth over here.
So our partnership with Coordinated Care started in 2017. It's just been getting stronger and stronger every year. We're so grateful for it. Coordinated Care has provided close to 600,000 meals for Pierce County residents. So you should just pause on that number for a minute because it's big. They've served on our board. They are huge volunteers for us. So that's been a very powerful thing where they come out and they do break bags with us, just all kinds of programs. So that's been very powerful to have them as volunteers, financial contributors. Time, energy, and talent has flowed to us from coordinated care. And I'm really excited that they continue to think of innovative ways to support our community.
They are the ultimate partner, it sounds like. So Beth, how does coordinated care fit into what EFN does?
Yeah, thank you, Amanda, and thank you, Michelle, for that very generous introduction. Just to familiarize your viewers with coordinated care, we are a local health plan. We primarily serve the Apple Health Medicaid population. We're based here in Pierce County in Tacoma, but our reach is across the state. And so we have partners across the state, but Emergency Food Network is near and dear to our hearts, given our close physical proximity. So in addition to our Medicaid program, we also support people in Medicare and people who are in Medicare and Medicaid, and then also in the exchange. And one thing that a lot of our members have in common is financial instability. And while we're a health plan, we provide access to healthcare services. What you hear oftentimes referred to as social determinants of health is an important concept, and it's a lot of long words, but it really is basically that there are things other than visiting your doctor, visiting your therapist, getting your vaccines that are going to help your health, and one of those is food. And so it is really a great opportunity for us to partner with Emergency Food Network in the way of helping to deal with the insecurity some individuals in our community have about their access to food.
That is all of that, and now you have a new food prescription program. My goodness, do you people at Coordinated Care ever sleep?
Sleep has been elusive during COVID, hasn't it been? But we certainly recognize and lean on our partnership with Emergency Food Network. And as Michelle mentioned, we do a Million Meals campaign, and so our organization is very focused, and it's one of the biggest fundraisers that we have as Coordinated Care. Is our employees signing up, and we've done 1 million meals last year. We'll do 1 million meals this year. We love the break bag program. It gives us an opportunity to get to the warehouse to help pack these bags. We bring our kids. It's a great event. And, those sign up sheets for these events go very quickly. If you're not first on, you're not going to get a chance. But one of the things that we've done recently is we have launched a new program with our partners, the Washington State Department of Health and Safeway stores. And it is called Coordinated Care Harvest Bucks. And it's just another way that we can help our members and the community at large with having access to fresh fruits and vegetables. And so really what that is we have an opportunity to provide prescriptions, if you will, or vouchers for individuals to take to their local Safeway store and purchase fresh, frozen, or canned fruits and vegetables. And as Michelle mentioned, on an ongoing basis, the garden is amazing, and having access to that fresh produce is amazing. But that's not always available. And as Michelle mentioned, a lot of the staples of Emergency Food Network and other food pantries are things like peanut butter, which I had for breakfast. But I also had some fruit with that. And this gives that opportunity for individuals who sometimes sometimes fresh fruits and vegetables are expensive, and it gives an opportunity for a coupon, a voucher to take to your store and supplement what you might be getting from Emergency Food Network or other pantries with this fresh fruits and vegetables.
So, wow. So I am just blown away by this because, Michelle, it removes barriers. And I can just kind of hear our audience, saying, what do you mean it removes barriers? So can you refresh us again, Michelle? What kind of barriers exist when people cannot get enough fruits and vegetables?
Amanda, there are so many barriers. If I were to take you to one concept today, it's the idea that food is medicine, right? So we maintain our health by what we eat. When Beth talked about social determinants of health, 80% of health outcomes are not going to the doctor. It is what you eat. It's having a safe place to sleep. It's not being so overwhelmed by stress or working 3 and 4 jobs, right? That is actually what makes people healthy. And so some of the barriers to getting access to that food is if you have multiple jobs and you can't correspond with a food pantry bank's hours. Transportation is a huge barrier in Pierce County just to get to the food. For our unhomed clients, I love that this program allows for canned fruits and vegetables. It's really a trial. If you don't have access to refrigeration, what are you going to do? Or if you're carrying everything on your back. This program allows you just to go to the grocery store and get it as you need it, which is very, very powerful for folks. It also allows them to self-determine how they're going to spend their dollars. It doesn't really do any good to give people an entire bunch of carrots if they only like canned peas, right? So part of it is the dignity of being able to choose. I mean, I know if you sat me down with a plate of okra, that's not my jam. I would not be into it. So getting to choose is a very powerful reduction of barrier.
Yes, it is. And it's also a way that people feel seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you something, I'm not an okra fan. So if I show up at a pantry or I show up at a farm and all they hand me is okra, it's not a good day. So, but if I can pick what I want, that's a little bit different. Beth, how does someone enroll in this program?
Yeah, and I would just add to Michelle's comments, just another barrier is with this program, we're able to expand the amount of prescriptions about 30% and expand the geography and the access by about 50%. So people can find out more by, you see coordinated care behind me at our website at coordinatedcarehealth.com. Or I also believe there's an 800 number that is being shown that they can call us for more information. We can help them if they need resources of how to understand if they qualify for various health insurance programs, and then this program in particular with Coordinated Care Harvest Bucks.
Very nice. Michelle, big question. Who do we need to thank?
Amanda, we need to thank everybody. When we started into COVID, predictions were need was going to go up 100%. And we were really fortunate that didn't happen, that we only hit 40. But nobody planned for how they were going to feed people in this kind of crisis with this dramatic of a ramp up. And so I want to give a huge thank you to the volunteers that have kept EFN running. 2,800 volunteers in a year come out for us. They allowed us to do this entire new program of home delivery. I want to thank the foundations, the city, the county, the individuals. Pierce County really came forward. I got letter after letter with people saying, like, I don't have that much, but I don't want people to be hungry. So neighbors fed neighbors through COVID. And that is a powerful thing. I'm on a lot of statewide committees. Not every county responded this way. I'm really grateful for the incredible quantity of support we received and continue to receive. People know the food crisis is not over. We're years away from returning to normal, if we return to normal.
And it could not be an EFN coordinated care segment if I didn't state the obvious. Hunger is there, food insecurity is there because we allow it. So let's just continue to get on it. Thank you, both of you, for being here today.
Agree.
And I want to have you back as soon as possible, possibly in the fall, to talk about something called maybe Apple Day. How would that be?
That would be wonderful. And would be remiss if I don't thank Michelle and all of EFN for all that they have done for our community during this crisis. We would not have as much food availability without Emergency Food Network. So thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
It does take a village. Well, that wraps up another segment of Cityline. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. We've given you some really great things to get involved with and to go see in this last hour. So please go out there, pay it forward, get your vaccination, be a part of that tapestry. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at Cityline. Take care.
Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from Seattle. Oh, you're from LA. Oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay.